Hello, and welcome to my presentation of Teacher Education for Cultural Identity in Fiji. This was by Unaisi Nabobo and Jenny Teasdale. And I'm Jack Lambert. The introduction. This article talked a lot about the importance of cultural traditions in learning and how you can put it back into school. So the first step they talked about is through teacher preparation. At the Fiji College of Advanced Education is a place where they do such a thing. They try and prepare their teachers to teach cultural themes with secular learning, with the Western, as they would say it, learning. It talked about studying for the teachers their cultural identities, and they wanted to have no gap in between culture and the Western civilization, but rather have them integral. As you can see in the picture, there's the cultural plant with the school supplies. Okay, culture and education. In Fiji, it was long known that culture was passed on by word of mouth. But it talked about how teachers need to know who they are before they can help change kids' lives and their culture. That culture allows people to have the opportunities to belong to something, to feel wanted. Cultural and education, again, was something that they want in this article to connect. And they wanted to keep the richness of culture. So they did a study in the Fijian context, and Fijians, it revealed that Fijians performed lower than Indo-Fijians in test scores, and they thought there were a couple reasons for that. One is the Indo-Fijians had kept a higher standard of their culture within their learning, but also the Indo-Fijians had been learning the Western way for a much longer time, and so they believed that it was mostly due to Western learning and the lack of culture. Very good. Okay, and then it talked about the need for balance in both school and culture. Both are very important, and for teachers to be able to teach this, they wanted to do a teacher's training program, a pupil training program, to help them move towards that bicultural approach where they can both teach the kids about the science, math, the reading, and also about their cultures to keep that alive. And the first step they needed to do was prepare their teachers. With that, the course methodology, they wanted to do workshops. So instead of just learning from textbooks, they wanted to really surround teachers and preparing them with workshops, hands-on activities, and really teaching and practicing. It was funny though, as they figured that the teachers from Fiji, as they did these workshops and were so hands-on, their responses for it weren't all that good when they were reading and writing, but rather in their participation, and that's how they felt the culture came in. And it was important. They really wanted to focus also on teachers' own education to help them respect, and as it talked about, have a deeper respect for their culture and also others, which would allow them to be culturally sensitive. In conclusion, this article talked a lot about teachers and training them to be able to integrate the two sides. They talked about how culture and the formal education is so tightly twined, and culture is the soul of the people. Without it, you cannot do much.